so aggressive?
This is their side, that's your side.
So the reason you're stealing city property?
We're not stealing. We're going to return it to the city.
Okay, well, it's perfectly legally posted right there, so.
There's no code or anything on it.
That's unlawful.
To put something on the fence?
That's
To tell us it's closed, it is.
Yeah.
So is it lawful to put something on the fence?
No, but to tell us it's
So
closed
then why did you take it down?
because it's not closed, sir.
It's not closed.
I'm not saying it's closed. I'm saying why did you take it
The
down?
sign
Because
says
the
it's
sign
closed.
says it's closed,
I
and
can
it makes.
saying that the sign's closed.
You
I
just
can
said
read
it's.
what it
You
says.
just
Okay.
said it's not closed, and the sign makes it people believe it's closed. That's why it's taken down.
So if I put up a sign that says I have $1 million, does that mean I have $1 million?
If you're an
What
official
a
of the city,
ridiculous
yes.
question.
Okay, so don't take the city signs down.
We're not.
Don't put them up.
Don't put them up. We won't take them down.
Keep taking them down. We're not going to stop taking them down. This is the new normal. If you keep wanting to act like
I don't want to.
Is this what? I mean, what?
There's no code. You can't. There's nothing to enforce. You know. So it's really. We're spending. You guys spent $2,000 on these signs right here. You know, for what?
Boy, I hope the city didn't spend $2,000.
They did.
Ha!
They did.
Wow, that's a lot
Yeah.
of money for 3 signs.
No, it's all those signs. They paid $2,000.
They said about $50
I
a
see
piece
3 signs.
for this sign.
Do you think this
They
is
said
the
about
only
$50
park,
a
sir?
piece for the sign.
You're gonna ask us stupid questions and act like that. We can do it too. Come on, don't be like a moron. Don't act like that.
It's not very nice to say.
Well, you're acting like that. That's not the only sign. This isn't the only park. The city made a lot of those. I'm
Yeah.
sure you've been to other
Yep.
parks and seen the exact same sign. So you're acting. Ooh. We don't do that anymore. We're done with this.
Yep.
We're free in this country, and that's why we're here.
We're all
That's
gonna-
why the signs
we're
are
all
down.
gonna be doing
If
it
it's a
together.
recommendation,
All of us people.
put recommended not to play instead of closed, and then put it back up. Then,
like,
then the people
these
who pay
signs
your
are
salaries are happy.
These signs are giving recommendations on what to do. They're not saying that the park is closed. The kids can't enjoy the toys that we pay for with our tax money. Instead of just looking at them and going, "Oh, Mom, while we're walking around the park, I'd love to go play in those." But they got tape and shit all over it, and they said the sign's closed.
We have Griffin.
Do you think kids are gonna go against that?
Right, get the name right.
Oh, is it wrong?
Yeah.
Giffen. Okay.
No R.
No R. Okay. Got it right. It's
Do
Giffen.
you understand where we're coming from? Okay, good. That's.
He's gonna come over here and tell us we're stealing signs. There's no evidence of that.
He was walking away with the signs.
I was.
took
That way.
Oh, I was turning on the
He's
camera.
coming over to say
But I haven't left the
Walking that
park.
way with the signs.
So what?
Our plan was to go over to City Hall.
to assume that we're stealing
If you saw me
signs.
run,
He was
That's
walking that
typical
way.
law enforcement. It's typical law enforcement to assume that people that aren't hurting anyone else are doing a crime. It's typical of you guys to think that the people who pay your salaries are breaking rules and crimes that have victims and all this stuff that you have to come enforce when we're not doing anything. You could have just come and had a conversation with me. You started it out accusing him of stealing something. You started with all this attitude, accusing someone of something they weren't doing. You could have just had a conversation. But you have to be a Mr. I got a badge and a gun and I'm going to come over and give orders and be, you can't do
Way
this.
too long to do that.
Not what you just did. You just never mind. Well, all right. We're gonna take more signs down.
Are you guys, so if orders come down to arrest people playing on playgrounds or not standing 6 feet apart, are you guys standing with the people or are you guys standing behind your badge and your corporation?
Have we been doing that?
Huh?
Ever since?
What did I ask, sir? If the order comes down to arrest.
And it's not going to.
All right. You guys are useless to talk to.
I can agree with that, but the kids also need to get out of their house.
But that's not what that sign says. It's closed. Take that crap down.
This is playground, not park site.
But it says this playground is closed, but it's not closed. It's open.
We're
It's open now.
You opened it.
Yeah, we opened it.
Okay, it's going to get taped back up.
Who closed it?
Other people are gonna do this. It's
Who
like
closed
it's a
it?
losing battle, man.
You closed
Who
it?
closed it and by what, like,
Mayor.
what
The mayor did.
order that has a code that's enforceable behind it? That's what I want to know.
No, they can't.
But what is
Yeah,
enforced?
what law?
So if you,
Why can't they close the playground?
Because we paid for it. What authority do you have to close our park? You
Your
don't.
park's not closed though. That's what you're
sir,
He's
the
making
playground
a
is closed.
differentiation
Yes, the
between
playground.
and you are saying
okay.
park.
Yes, he's doing cop explaining.
Or like to try to escalate it? No.
No, I'm not.
You keep
I'm
saying
trying to get to
park,
the point.
and I'm like the park's not closed.
Do you understand that but do you understand, just like he made the connection that you were talking about the greater park, do you understand that maybe you could make a connection that he's talking about the
Well, I
playground.
appreciate him for listening.
Well, that's fine. I would have, you know,
Instead of interrupting.
I can listen to someone like you and have a conversation, but these guys unfortunately came up and started it, blaming people, accusing people of crimes that weren't being done.
Well,
So they kind of started it off on a bad. So I'm sorry that you came in after.
the actual crime statute, though, by marking down those signs, is malicious injury.
Okay.
There is an actual crime associated.
But is that an actual crime, or is it just that somebody in that building doesn't like it because they issued orders?
Well, if someone else paid for it.
But is it? But look, I'm asking if it's an actual crime.
Malicious injury of property is.
It was
an actual
that injured? Is that property injured?
I don't know. I didn't look at it. That's,
Well, then,
see, I
so
got,
before we start talking about that, let's actually
so
just
if you
look.
give me a minute to explain what I
Okay, yeah,
what I
go
got,
ahead.
what my dispatch aired to me
Okay.
was malicious injury to property, possible suspicious. Okay, so they aired those two. So
Okay.
we come. Okay, and
Is that
then
what just happened?
what?
Is that what just happened?
It's good.
I'm
Just let him
sorry
talk.
to interrupt you.
You're good. You're good.
Oh, just
You got the
just shake
cough.
it off.
Yeah.
Just come on. Just man up here a little bit.
Man up here a little bit.
Yeah. Don't be such a weenie. God. God.
Like I said, I want to talk to people that are actually coherent,
Just
right.
willing to
continue
speak.
your story.
All right.
We don't want to hear what
So
your opinion.
having those two things and then coming up and seeing the signs down, is something we have to look into. The fact that the playground is closed, not park, is closed, is, a city, it's public property, yes. And I'm not going to deny that. It's all public property. Okay? But the fact that they close a playground, when you actually encourage people to come outside and play in the parks. Have you been down to the beach lately?
Yeah, we just took signs down.
I hope not too.
You didn't throw them away, did you?
No, we took them to the maintenance.
Oh no, we don't damage property.
I had one guy that did, man.
Well, I understand
Honestly,
that.
that's why I had to
That's
ask
not
him.
smart. That's not smart. I would understand
and that's
that.
what my issue was when he's cutting up this individual is cutting up and damaging him. That's an actual legit crime.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's why we have to get responded to get here. And if you guys just remove him, I didn't witness anything happen in my presence. If you're gonna leave him here,
Well, we're going to return them to the city hall.
well,
The property that you're stealing, right?
you follow me on that.
But
If it's city property and you haven't left the city, have
Yeah.
you taken it?
But it,
Technically,
Do you see the?
technicality?
So I understand. So I understand where you're coming from on that aspect.
so that's why we got called in here.
But can you understand that? Okay, and I understand if we would have actually destroyed some property, in my belief, that is actually a
That
crime.
would
It's
be.
destruction of property, whether
So
it's mine, yours,
that's
or the
kind of what we
city's.
got called
And I understand that.
down here with the president.
I understand that, but do you understand that this guy came in he just came in, you're stealing.
We're constantly repairing and not repairing, but we're picking up damage. I didn't send a guy to dig into the dumpster to pull some out.
So
And then pick up the pieces
maybe instead of having this ridiculousness of having people go into dumpsters to pick them out and having to constantly come have
was the
these
one
battles of
got
some
them
of,
out of
oh okay, well, or you having to go in a dumpster to get it out, why can't the mayor listen to us, the people who are saying, first of all, how can you close it and say it's closed when it's not enforceable? It's not enforceable. So he can't do that. Now he's
So-
putting you in a bad position
He is,
in your
and
community.
Have you bothered to try to request any reports of any charges or anything?
Well,
like this?
no, because I know you can't charge anybody for this because it's not enforced. There's no code to charge them with.
So, but that's the thing.
But here's what's happening is
We just
people are
try
getting
to-
charged with other crimes. You come just like police do. You're going to come and you're going to do an investigation. You're going to say, we don't want these people playing in this playground. So we can't cite them with that because that's not an enforceable law.
There's no code attached to it.
Right. But what we can do is find out if they're doing anything else that breaks any of the thousands of statutes.
Cutting up a sign is.
Well, that gives you an easy one. But what I'm saying,
That was-
that's actual.
that wasn't my
that's,
decision.
I'm not using that one. I'm not using that.
That individual kept coming back. and
That's
back and back.
destruction of property. I understand that. But what I'm saying is, if what happens a lot with people in your profession is we're gonna start searching for a crime that's not actually a crime. Maybe there's a
You don't know me very well, do you?
I'm just saying in your profession. I said I didn't say you. I said in your profession. That's what happens. Is cops investigate for crimes. So they're going to try to find one that's not a real crime. Like maybe there's a statute that you can't have an open container in a park or so. I don't know what there are, but that's not a real crime. It's not hurting anyone. But you guys will use that to now say, well, I can't enforce the playground is closed sign, but now I can I can get you out of the park because there's another thing that's one of the thousands of statutes that I can enforce that you're breaking, even though there's no victim to the crime. It's just a person out enjoying some public space, trying to be healthy maybe. Wanted to play in the parks, but they didn't necessarily have the courage because they didn't have the knowledge that I do that says that if there's not a code underneath that says it's closed, that you guys can't enforce it. So I have that knowledge, so I'm trying to help people understand that these are recommendations. They can't, so, but that's what I'm saying, is it doesn't come off as a recommendation. So that's why people like us that don't have kids are out here, that don't have kids with us right now, are doing this because it helps give people the courage to say, wait a minute.
Yeah. So, just try to also think of the people that have their heads in their sands when you're doing this.
I understand that. No, I understand
all
that.
sides of it, people's constitutional rights, and the people that
I think,
don't care.
You know, I think one of the biggest disconnects in this whole thing is I go around, I interact with police a decent
If you're
amount.
recording right now, they're going to be so dizzy.
Oh yeah, I know. Don't worry about it. I got this on.
Okay. Well, that one too, though. I apologize for his dizziness.
When a call goes out to you guys, like you just said, okay, we got
4 adults.
destruction of property or whatever it was that was possibly us vandalizing, destroying something. So I guess what happens is I hear this a lot, that stuff like that, somebody else reports a crime and you guys come and the crime that was reported isn't even close to what's going down.
Yeah,
I feel like the dispatchers need a lot more training to try to help
It's
people.
not just the dispatchers. You have a person that calls.
Well, but what I'm saying is the dispatcher, because a lot of times, like for me, I record public buildings like this, and a lot of times, so, oh man, there's a guy recording a public building. So
Yeah, usually gets aired as a suspicion.
yeah, yeah. So, but
good for them.
what's interesting is
It's a building.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way. That's exactly the way it should be.
Yep.
But
It's
what's
not the
interesting
greatest
is a lot of
looking building, but
times,
it's a building.
a lot of times it doesn't come off that way. Is the dispatcher could stop everything right there and go, well, they're just taking pictures, right? And then
Problem
they
is-
say, yep,
so-
okay.
You have to look at also the policies. Is dispatchers have to write everything down.
Okay.
There's like this one was. There's 4 grown adults with cameras tearing down caution tape and the signs at the park, and it's like, okay, we know that's going to be happening, but are they damaging it? So they type in dispatch what they were told. Because what's that saying? Assuming.
Oh,
I can't
Assume
say
it's
it.
making a butt out of you and me.
So if I have one of my dispatchers trying to assume what's going on, if she sends an officer there, and based on her assumptions, something bad happens, that would fall back on the dispatcher, right? So they just I know our dispatchers, they report, and trust me, sometimes it's so confusing because it's word for word what's going on.
I understand. I guess I'm just saying from my point, I understand what you're saying. What you're saying is they have to put this report in, but so where's the repercussion for the people that said we were destroying property? If they said that, then they were lying to a dispatcher and it's called you guys out here for a reason you didn't need to be. So I think that's where we need to start going after people, is making false reports. They are. I believe it's a headache for you, believe me. I know it's a headache for you.
Some of these reports, it's like, wow.
it's so ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of those.
those.
The snitch list, people who turned in businesses trying to open for.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
That's a thing.
Oh.
I thought it was just a back east thing.
There's some, I think there's people that literally are driving around doing it for the government.
Eyeballing everything.
Like not getting paid, just doing it.
You know, I have my personal beliefs that I don't get along. Unfortunately, I have to follow the rules and ordinances placed in front of me unless it goes in so I'm a big boy. I know I can find a job somewhere else if I need to.
Very level-headed. So
I did something.
That's good to hear.
I did something before I did cop work. It's
good to hear.
I can do it again.
I will tell you, that's very reassuring. It's very good to hear because I haven't heard that a lot from people in your profession. I've heard what you just said about, hey, if I got to come down to violating the Constitution, I can find another job. That's awesome. Good to hear.
good stuff.
I didn't spend most of my childhood doing something else, just to turn around and do this. So.